All right, class. Our next question is going to be pertaining to Daryl. Okay, let me pull this over here. Daryl, we know, is 45 years old. He's 256 pounds, 6 feet tall, and we know now something about his activity levels as well. He walks 3 miles an hour, normal to slow walk, for 2 hours a week, 120 minutes per week. All right, so already I'm looking at what I'm going to be answering, and I got to figure out what his total daily energy expenditure is. He currently expends just how many calories via exercise per week, and if Daryl wants to meet the recommendation of 600 met minutes per week of exercise, he would require how many more minutes of walking at 3 miles an hour. All right, well, first things first, we have to figure out what his total daily energy expenditure is. And so given the fact that we have his weight in pounds, his height, and his age and gender, presumably Daryl is a man, then we can go ahead and use our formulas. So if I bring up this, that way I can see both at the same time. And how old is he? He's 45. He's, instead of a female, he's a male. He is 256 pounds, and he is 6 feet tall, which is 72 inches. All right, now what else? We don't see here in my list of activities walking 3 miles an hour. So we're going to bring up our slide, and can you guys find walking at 3 miles an hour? There it is. And that's a MET level of 3.3. So what I'm going to do is let's replace rope jumping. It doesn't seem like he's going to be a rope jumper. We'll say walking 3 mph. MET level is 3.3, and we know he does that for 120 minutes per week. How many MET minutes is that? Well, 396, assuming he doesn't do anything else, but nothing else is given. So, total daily energy expenditure here. Do you think we're going to use Catch-McCardle or Harris-Benedict? We know in order to find BMR for Catch-McCardle, we need to have body fat percentage and weight. We don't have body fat percentage. We only have these items. Let's double click on this so you can see. We have the age, gender, weight, and height. So, given that, we can automatically say Harris-Benedict. Next up, we say, all right, well, are our activity calories counted within this? From 396 MET minutes, how many weekly activity calories is that? Ends up being, here's the equation over here, ends up being 806 calories via exercise per week. So we already know why right there. And then if we're using the Harris-Benedict, what's the total daily energy expenditure? That number right there, 272, or excuse me, 2,723. That is our answer for X, total daily energy expenditure. Answer for Y is 806. Okay, no matter what column that you're in, it's the same activity calories per 396 minutes. Then we have a question that's a little bit interesting. We say, well, if this is Daryl's mode of exercise, he likes to walk, how much more walking does he need to do, presumably per week, in order to meet the U.S. recommendations for physical activity? And so we know that those U.S. recommendations for physical activity equals 600 MET minutes per week, and it said so in the prompt. So 600. We know that he's at 396 now. He needs to get to 600. What's the difference between 396 and 600? Well, we already have that right here. 600 minus 396 is 204. So he's 204 MET minutes per week away from meeting the recommendations. Now, if we're going to turn these 204 MET minutes into walking at 3 miles an hour, then what is the MET equivalent? 3.3. So, in order to solve this one, we take 204 MET minutes divided by the MET value, 3.3, to get the number of minutes themselves, 61.8. So, 62 is our answer for Z. All right, that should solve that one.